As we get into the last month of Q4 and 2025, we're starting to see a lot of projects that are having TGEs. In fact, we saw this really more recently with the likes of the Monad TGE and the Monad Airdrop. And we've seen several projects that have done TGEs in Q4 alongside of doing airdrops for those. Typically, Q4 is the most bullish month for crypto, so a lot of projects align themselves to do airdrops and do their token launches at the end of the year. That being said, we're going to be looking at 3 specific crypto projects that have fantastic airdrop opportunities, and each one of these unique in their own right. And we're going to talk about how you can get involved, how you can participate, and how you can get rewarded with thousands of tokens, hundreds of thousands of tokens, and depending on the TGE price, the value of them. All that and more in today's video. If you're new here, my name is Alex. We talk about crypto news, crypto passive income. If you enjoy content like that, consider subscribing. If you enjoyed this video, smash the like. Without further ado, let's into the video. As we dive into these 3 projects, they're not really in any particular order, but in my opinion, and my most favorite right now is Vooi. The main reason why Vooi, in at least in my opinion, is the clear winner for airdrop farming right now is the multi-farming capabilities of Vooi. You got a lot of perp dexes out there, and if you're spreading your capital, you only have $100, $1,000, whatever that capital is. It's hard to try to mix it between the likes of Lighter and Apex and Paradex and you name the perp dex, you name the dex out there. It's just hard to multiply your farming capabilities when you have limited capital, and that is where Vooi comes in, because Vooi allows you as a dex aggregator to multi-farm. You can earn points from other dexes by placing those trades through Vooi. And that, in my opinion, is why Vooi, when we look at these 3 projects, is a huge number 1 that needs to be on your radar. These other 2 should be on your radar as well, but Vooi should be number 1. Their TGE is right around the corner. They recently had an ICO where that was oversubscribed by an insane amount. Their target of 500,000 was oversubscribed by over 3,000%. Which is absolutely insane. So very good overall growth thus far through the likes of Vooi. This was very good at a time, this happened just a couple of days ago. This is at a time where Bitcoin and a lot of the uncertainty right now exists in the market, and Vooi raised a very decent amount as far as its ICO, $15.3 million on a launchpad via Cookie.fund, which, by the way, already has a campaign with the average individual. We'll go over that very briefly. It is a little bit late into this campaign specifically, not late to Vooi, but late to this campaign to try to participate. This is one I've been participating in for a long time. Currently ranked 257. And for me, the biggest thing is getting this capital mindshare boost. And your top creators can earn between $21,000 and $64,000, which is absolutely insane. But that said, there's still plenty of opportunity, even if you're not participating on the Cookie.fund campaign, to participate directly through Vooi. And we know a few things about Vooi now that they've disclosed their token allocation. And they're going to have about 10%, 10.5% that is going to be allocated towards airdrop and community sale, and then a portion of that also going to community growth in marketing. So I would say, when you're looking at this, about 37, 38% that is set aside for the community in one way or another. And then of that, you had the private community round, which they raised about the $15 million there. And then the rest going to Vooi Foundation and then contributors. So overall, I would say, nothing too crazy. The biggest thing that you do have to understand is the unlock aspect. As far as the airdrop itself, only 50% is unlocked up front, and then the rest of it goes over in the details, is vested over a 6-month period. But here's the thing with Vooi and why I like it so much is you have, and we've done a deep dive on the platform, so I'm not going to do a deep dive now, but you have multiple different versions to trade. You can trade on Lite, you can trade on Pro. Really the main difference that you have with the likes of Lite, with Lite, you have your capital within Vooi. So for example, in this instance, you can go and deposit directly through your wallet, your MetaMask wallet. This is what I have connected. And then you can trade directly through here. And it's really not much of a difference between Lite and Pro. Pro, though, allows you to double dip. And that is the huge takeaway, because right now I'm placing all of my trades. So I have my capital on Astra, but I place all my trades through Vooi. That way I earn both Vooi points and Astra points towards both airdrops. It is literally a win-win situation. You can also do it with the likes of Hyperliquid. You can do it with Orderly and Ostium. Those who are bullish on likes of a potential Hyperliquid airdrop, it incentivizes you to have your capital on Hyperliquid. If you already trade on Hyperliquid, why not place those trades through Vooi? It's literally still placing those trades on Hyperliquid, but you're earning Vooi points and points towards the Vooi airdrop at that time anyways. And a lot of times we'll look at the point system itself, but you also have Orderly. Ostium also doesn't have a token yet, hinting at an airdrop down the road. So a great way to place trades through Ostium on the likes of Vooi. And if you want to use Vooi Lite, you have the opportunity to place those trades, but you get quotes. So for example, when I look at the margin, let's just say I want to use 50% of my margin at 10x leverage, I can go ahead and get quotes and get a trade placed through different exchanges. So I can use GMX, KyloX, Gains, Ostium, KyloX. So just a few different opportunities out there where I can place trades based off of the overall potential returns. That is the beauty of a DEX and a perp DEX aggregator through the likes of Vooi. But let's take a look at the points, because points is what is most important. The biggest thing a lot of people don't realize is you have something called retro points, which allow you to get points for trading on other platforms. So if you have DEXs that you've traded on in the past, early on, you can get retro points for that, including Hyperliquid, including Astra, including Ostium. A lot of people didn't know that. And then you also get a 5% boost in points for referrals. So that said, if you haven't joined, there's still plenty of time as far as getting involved in this. There's still another 2 weeks left is what it's expected before everything closes out for the airdrop and when the snapshot is expected to happen. But the biggest thing that if you're going to participate in Vooi, my number one recommendation is stick to derivatives Lite, trading on Lite, and on swapping. That is where most of your points are going to come from. So you can see here on Lite, I did $36,000 in trading volume. I got 2,200 points. On Pro, I did double the volume, very, just 1/4 of the points, 1/3 of the points. So be mindful of how you're doing things. The biggest point is through swapping. Now, swapping, here's the one thing I'm going to just share. This is the alpha. You can swap between, you need to swap between different chains. So what I do is I swap from USDC on Arbitrum to USDC on Base. It costs me about 40 cents per swap. And in the end, I get significantly more points. Yes, you're technically losing money because you're spending 40 cents to swap. But I think the value of those points that I'm going to get long-term is going to be more valuable than the swap. You also can trade on Lite, so that is a win-win. But for me, I'm going towards the capital mindshare to be in the top 200. So by swapping, I get more points, more capital mindshare, and thus rank higher to be eligible. So that's at least my strategy. But if you're trying to get a lot of points, that is the best way to go. USDC on Arbitrum to USDC on Base is the lowest fees transactionally. And that said, let's talk about the likes of Astra, because a lot of people looking at Astra, Astra's done an insane amount of stuff, even after a major, after their major pump that happened, right? Astra's been doing a ton of campaigns. You have the next Astra airdrop that's going to be around the corner for the likes of Stage 3. They're doing a ton of buybacks. So far, they've bought back over 155 million Astra tokens, which right now is, at a dollar, is worth about $155 million. That is an absolutely insane amount of buybacks for the protocol. So very, very bullish on Astra. There's still plenty of opportunities as far as the next airdrop stage. If you go and look at the points, there's still, we're looking into the next season as far as the next epoch. We've got, till mid-December. So there's still plenty of time in Stage 4. And there's just plenty of opportunities as far as Astra is concerned. And the one thing that a lot of people aren't counting into are accounting for is the upcoming layer 1 that Astra is launching, privacy focused. So I think there's a lot of very, very bullish things. A lot of people are looking at Astra as simply as another perp dex. And I don't think you can do that with the likes of Astra. There's so many things in the pipeline. And by trading using Astra, and here's the thing, right? You can place your trades on Vooi using your capital on Astra, and you get points for both. And then on top of that, Astra has fantastic trading programs. They have trading competitions all the time. They have a $10 million trading quest right now. Trade $100,000 plus daily for 6 days and share up to $2 million in prizes. So tons of campaigns that Astra is constantly putting out there. They also just did a loyalty bonus. So for people that traded certain pairs, they just got randomly airdropped Astra. So a lot of fantastic things, more airdrops on the way, a new blockchain that they're building, that they're going to be launching. There's just so many good things about Astra and what's coming in the pipeline that it's one that you have to keep an eye on and at least keep on your radar and participate in via directly through Astra, but my recommendation is do it through Vooi, so that way you can earn points through both. Now, last but definitely not least is called Cast. Now, Cast is technically a crypto debit card. I actually use that literally all the time. You know, if I get paid in stables or something like that, I just send it to my Cast card. And for me, I use my Cast card for pretty much anything because of the amount of points I get back. It is absolutely insane. I'm just pulling it up right now, but you can see when I pull up my points, I've earned about $66 worth of points based off of what they expect TGE to look like. And I've used this just like on a normal basis. So I've not bought anything insane with this. So 833 points worth valued up to $66. Now, here's the thing. That is the Cast debit card. Cast then went and launched a trading or perp trading platform called Outkast that is powered by Hyperliquid. Now, with Outkast, you can also earn points towards the Cast airdrop. So there's a ton of opportunities. And on top of that, it's not only the likes of trading crypto. You can trade US equity perps, and including Nvidia, Google, Tesla with 10x leverage. There's a lot of really, really great things. And when you take a look at the Cast app, if you aren't using the Cast as a debit card, the beauty behind this is it's a lot easier to use this as a normal debit card than to offload that money into the bank, because you always have fees, or you have the stable to USD conversion that always has fees. This is feeless, and that is the beauty behind it. This is one of the reasons why I love the Cast card. Use it all the time. I have the digital version because I can't get the hard version or the physical version in the US yet. It is what it is, but I can't wait for the physical card to come out. I've done a video on Cast, the debit card itself, ranking all the debit cards out there. Cast is definitely one of the top ones out there. But let's talk about the Outkast platform itself. Like I said, check out the debit card itself. But here's the thing as far as trading, right? So you have a ton of points. If you do have one of the cards, you can also get a maximum 2 or 3x multiplier. There's going to be different phases that this rolls out as far as the total points available. You get the card boost without card boost being early. This literally launched just a couple of weeks ago. So this is still very, very early as far as Outkast is concerned. I do have a referral that I'll drop it down below because I don't think unless you are already signed up to the beta, you could get access for it. So this is still very limited rollouts. So I'll leave a link to it down below. But you can, like I said, you can trade. Here's different stocks out there: Tesla, Nvidia, Robinhood, Palantir, Coinbase, Meta, Apple. Microsoft. You got everything out here, and actually doing pretty decent volume, all things considered. So, like I said, this is all powered by the likes of Hyperliquid. I think the UI is pretty nice. Throw in your indicators, throw in whatever it is that you use. You can trade. I like everything that I've seen so far with the likes of Outkast. And you can also trade crypto perps with 40x leverage. So awesome stuff happening with the likes of Outkast. It's really a win-win situation. Now, the only thing I don't know is the value of these cash points, the same value of the cash points that I earn on my card, because technically this would be about worth up to $66, and that's by just placing one trade. So kind of unsure as to what the points on Outkast translate to as far as total cash points, but if it's anything similar, it could be an insane underfarmed airdrop. So that said, I'll leave everything down below for you to go check it out. Let me know your thoughts. Which of these are you most excited about? Which ones have you used? Have you used Vooi? Are you trading on Astra? Have you used the Cast debit card? Have you traded on Outkast yet? Let me know your thoughts down below. If you enjoyed this video, smash up the like. Enjoy content like this. Consider subscribing. Until next time, guys, stay invested.